Hi, friends. Today we're headed back down to the swamps and levees and pastures of Central Florida, back down for part 2 of our hunt with Matt Cates from Triple M Outfitters Unlimited. Now, we had met Matt at a safari club dinner up here in Michigan, and I have to tell the truth, it wasn't long after he started telling me about year-round alligator and wild hog hunts that we were talking about scheduling a day, and we went down there looking for some of them big old lizards. And well, if you didn't catch part 1 of this trip, let me tell you, things didn't go just exactly the way we'd planned.
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
All right at the water line, left-hand side, nice and easy, Bill.
Over in my foot.
Stuck.
What's stuck?
Shell stuck in it.
Bill was having more than a little trouble with his rifle, and then it didn't work at all. And seeing as how Matt didn't want this cattle threat to sneak off while we went looking for another one, we needed to make an adjustment. When the gator came up again, Matt whispered,
You want to try and get an arrow on him, Kyle?
If you think I can slip up there and do it, I mean, how sensitive are they to movement?
Yeah, he ain't gonna be digging it, but we can,
Matt and I got down off the buggy and slipped up to the edge of the water hole. But when we got to the edge, we couldn't see him. He might have been right there 4 feet in front of me, but I couldn't see him. And not being able to see an alligator, my friends, trust me, sooner or later you get to thinking just exactly who would be hunting who now. The gator still wasn't coming up, so Matt told Matthew to back up the buggy, and he popped right up. Now it was on me.
that got him. That stuck him. I seen the arrow actually, when it went down, I seen the arrow take off.
As soon as you started off, he stuck him. Yeah.
That happened really fast, but it looked like a good shot, and within a minute, young Matthew had him on the line, pulling him in.
All right. Ease him on up, buddy.
Oh, he's just hooked in the foot.
Yeah, he's hooked right in the webbing of his feet.
He ain't
Drag him
kicking,
up.
he ain't kicking too much.
I think that
Look,
first arrow you got in him.
Yeah, there's...
And friends, I truly hadn't appreciated just how big this critter was until he started hauling it up on shore.
I think you got a good shot there.
I think that'll... It's yeah, that's it. Right.
Wedged
Well,
in
it's
there.
in there.
Great
Yeah.
shot.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, you're the best fisherman I know in Florida.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's a nice gator, guys. Yeah. I didn't come... Well, he's got a little kick in him, but...
Some nerve
Yeah,
left
some
there.
nerves kicking on.
He ain't, with a shot like that, I don't think it's, he's kind of like me. All the functions keep going, but there ain't a lot of thinking happening.
Yeah. No, that was a great shot, man. You
Thank
did
you,
good.
bud.
That was certainly an exciting adjustment for me, but just one look at Bill's face told me he still had some unfinished business. Hey, I'm your host, Kyle Randall. This is my Wilderness Journal, and we're going back down to Florida to look for great big hogs and gators and maybe a little redemption right now.
Bill, another gator.
We'll try. Get her done.
Bill started day 2 with a borrowed rifle and a surprisingly good attitude. And that was a good thing because we hadn't gone very far on the ranch when Matt pointed out a gator in another stock pond. Unfortunately, as we approached, it slowly sank out of sight. We were watching, but from where we were, Bill just couldn't see the water very well. He didn't have the right angle. The gator was sitting just off the edge of an old molasses tank that had blown into the pond, and every once in a while he'd barely stick his nose up for a breath and then sink right back down.
You see him right out there, Bill. He's right out here on your left-hand side of the pond, kind of facing away, nosed up to the bank right there. You see him?
This might not have been the oldest gator on this ranch, but he certainly knew what he was doing.
That's just his nose. He's getting air, and he's scent checking to see if he can still smell it, see if we're still here.
The way he was sitting, there was no way for Bill to get a shot. We needed for him to come up and expose the back of his head before Bill would even have a chance.
He's still in the same place right there, Bill. He's just, he's coming up. You notice how he just put his nostrils out of the water? He's scent checking to see if he can still smell us. and getting him a breath of air, then he's settling right back down to the bottom. He's not moving, he's in the same spot. He's gonna come up again in that same place right there.
There was at least one good alligator in that cattle pond, but it was obvious he'd seen this game before. Fortunately, Matt decided to up the ante. He said we were going to start up his buggy, make like we were leaving, and see would that bring that gator up for a little better look and hopefully a shot. Camel stepped in a hole. And we didn't go 50 yards around the end of that pond and... Nice and easy. Just get on that bimini, Tom. Get ready. Nice and easy.
See him pushed up next to the grass there, Bill?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to put it right on the back of his head, right at the water line.
Yep, I got him.
There he is. Just to the left-hand side of the tail.
He just come up right there. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Oh, I missed him. I pulled. Sorry. I pulled.
You're going to have to take up an ammunition collection.
Let's call Hornady.
I wasn't sure what this was. I wasn't sure what this gun was going to do, and I just all of a sudden it went. I'm like, oh.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Well, I'm not in Texas.
Hey, it's Florida.
I know it's Florida. I got to get used to the Florida weather.
Whether or not you're going to hit them, that's what we're wondering. Now, you may think I'm picking on Bill, and I am a little, but friends, believe me when I tell you, it is far better to laugh at your failures than it is to sit there and get all owly and just let them beat up on you internally.
Yep.
He's kind of facing that grass patch on the opposite side.
And fortunately, it didn't take long, and Bill was going to get another chance.
Right at the water line.
That hit him. There he is, right there. That's how that's supposed to work. That feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Redemption always feels
nice
good,
little
doesn't it?
gun. Yeah, I like this one.
Hey, nice job.
Thanks, bud.
Nice shot.
Way to go, Bill.
Thank you.
It's a nice gator right there.
Yeah.
From right up here on the high rig. It's
Yeah.
all right, huh?
That's kind of fun.
Yep.
He's done.
You ready to get wet?
That's a no. That, friends, in case you're wondering, is how you handle pressure. After all of that, Bill pulled it together and made a great shot on a silver dollar-sized kill spot. Now all we had to do was go fish out his prize.
Oh, still laying
That one's easy to find.
Got him.
There'd be gator there. Look at that. There you go. It's
Yeah.
official.
Thanks, buddy.
Put a tag in it,
Appreciate
it's
it.
done.
Absolutely.
That has been a day or two waiting. Careful, get down there, old man. I'll have to get this girl to pick you up.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, pretty nice.
He's a nice gator. He's a good representative of a management hunt.
Yeah, we got out here first thing, and there it was, right away.
Well, and you know, I don't know if you noticed, but as we were coming through that first gate here in the ranch, you see that little calf standing in the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, that right
That's
there's
why
the
we're here.
difference. That's it. I mean, you can't, if you don't live here, you don't maybe appreciate what's going on and why they do this, but
Yeah, it's a management tool, just like everything else. You gotta manage the game, manage the wildlife. And we're taking these gators off of these farms and ranches because of the numbers of them. We have a high number of alligators, and we have a lot of livestock, a lot of wildlife, so we try to keep the numbers at a reasonable number, and we don't actually get to determine that. The biologists for the state of Florida determine that.
well, this morning you and Bill were determining.
Yeah.
You were the decision makers. I saw it.
Yep.
We thought this one would fit the bill, and it did. And Bill made a great shot.
Yeah, right off the buggy. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Roll up there. That high rack is pretty cool.
Not uncommon to kill one off of the buggy. We did a little spot and stalk yesterday, so we've had
Yeah.
a little mix of the variety of types of hunts we can do.
Well, January, December, anywhere in between, you can come down and give this a try and do a good thing. And it's not every day you can do something fun and good at the same time.
Yep, and we're going to mix this up today. We've got this gator killed. Now we're going to go kill some hogs. We'll do some spotting and stalking on the hogs. We'll kill some hogs off the buggy as well. And
see, and that just floors me. I've never been anywhere where they do that.
yeah, and both of these hunts can be done all year long.
See a lot of game in just a few days.
Yeah, if a guy can give me 2 days, I can get him on pretty much any alligator he wants and any number of hogs in 2 days.
There you go. Congratulations, Bill, on a great comeback. Friends, I don't know if you've ever had to deal with a run of bad luck like that, but I can assure you the weight of Bill's misses was being made much heavier with the knowledge that all of you were going to see him. Think about it. Imagine if the last time you missed on a hunt, everyone you knew and a couple of million folks you haven't even met yet were going to see it. It's a tough thing to deal with, and Bill did it, and he did it in fine fashion. Now we could run in, take care of his gator, and get on to the next part of this hunt. It was time to go looking for wild hogs. We put Bill's gator on ice and then headed back deeper into that ranch, and of course, everywhere we went we saw alligators. It really was entertaining to get that close to the gators, even if we were done hunting them. And as we approached some drier ground, Matt warned us, pay attention to the brush lines. Even in the water, these hogs will lay in there to cool off, and you could see them running from literally anywhere. After working our way a little deeper back into the far end of this ranch, we were easing along and Matt thought he saw. There was a hog just easing into some heavy cover. Matt said it looked like he was headed for bed and we ought to head in there and try to stalk him. I was slowly working my way through the cabbage, palm, and the undergrowth when I heard a quiet whistle. I looked over and Matt was looking at something and pointing right in front of himself. I eased over there, and there was a hog laid up in there, actually sleeping. At different angles, we could see bits and pieces of him laying up in there, but there was no way to get an arrow through that, not to get a decent shot. I tried a couple of times, but I just couldn't find a hole, and then finally I shifted over. I didn't want to wake him, but certainly didn't want to spook him, have him come running out of there at us. And then a hole about the size of a softball.
Perfect heart shot. Good shot, Kyle.
That's a tough place to get up on one.
Tracking job we like.
Yeah, follow them nowhere. Here, I got one if you want to grab the other. You ready? Got it. There. One less.
Nice shot, sir.
Thank you.
Great shot. Killed him in his bed. That was a fun hunt.
Never got up, never felt a thing. That's the way you want him. Old boar, he's probably just a couple years old, but big enough to be reproducing.
That's for sure.
It's like managing the gators. It's the same thing. You gotta manage these critters or they'll run the farmers right out.
Even these more so. The hogs just overpopulate so fast, it's crazy.
Well,
And,
you see them everywhere up home. There's, you know, on the news once a week, the destruction they're causing. You know, sportsmen, we feed a lot of people, but we do a lot more than that. And you the man. You said we could spot and stalk hogs, and you were absolutely right. Thank you, boss. That's awesome. That's the way you like them, too. Just tip them over right there. They don't go nowhere.
Good hunt, sir.
You were the man. Thank you so much. Great shot.
That was definitely a rush. First Matt finding him, and then us stalking up there without even waking that hog up. That was incredible. It was just the way I hoped to do it. But we weren't done yet, friends. That's not even the normal way they hunt here. We had a lot more bacon to pursue and a lot more ways to do it. Half hour later, we were back on the swamp buggy and Matt pointed out some hogs cutting through the cover. He looped up around in front of them, hoping that maybe one of them would step out and give me a shot. If not, we could get off and maybe set up for a stalk again. Either way, there were hogs moving everywhere in this cover. And then, just as we rounded the last small bush, two of the hogs ran, but one decided to stop for whatever reason and try to hide.
That looked like a solid hit.
Really.
That was good. Go down right there. He stumbled pretty hard going across the water.
That, friends, was the very first wild hog I'd ever taken from a mobile platform, and I have to admit I'm still a little surprised that one stopped like it did. Matt was absolutely right. Most of them will run, but sometimes they'll freeze and try to hide, and that was that hog's undoing.
The temperature, oh yeah.
Temperature's going up, hopefully.
You ain't run too far.
Right here.
You got tracks right here, Kyle.
Yeah, and there's blood right in front of
You
you.
got blood right here, Kyle.
Oh yeah, it's good blood here. Come on in.
Hey.
What? Oh. What? I did what? No, Bill, there's a pig right there, brother.
I see it. Nice.
That's a damage. And it dropped right there. One little arrow. Look at that. That's an eater pig right
Really
there.
good. That's a really good bow kill, Kyle. That was a good shot,
I
man.
would have never bet you could shoot a pig like this off that high rack, but you were absolutely on the money. They try to hide.
Yeah, they'd rather, and
And
when it's
then-
hot like this, they want to hide more than run.
Yeah, and then when they do run, they'll, like you said, be ready, because a lot of times they'll stop to see what you're doing, and that's what this pig did. So let that be a lesson. Never look back, unless you want to wind up being some pork sausage. Thank you both. This is just
Absolutely.
awesome. And we're not done. We're going to go out and try and get one with a rifle. It's just our second day, and it's just now coming on 10 o'clock. So this, thank you. Again, this is awesome. That's a dandy pig. Look at that thing now. That's awesome.
Did a great shot.
Hey, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you too, young lady. You're gonna drag that for me?
No, but I'll eat it for you.
Yeah.
Let's get him loaded on the buggy and let's go knock one down with a rifle.
Why not? It ain't 10:30.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get it. Well, that's two, boss.
Let's go get one more, brother.
One more?
Let's do it.
Almost lunchtime. You got one more in you?
One more.
Okay, I promise now, if we get one more pig and you don't trip me, we'll go to lunch. Deal?
Deal.
All right, get on. I'll hold you to that.
And believe it or not, we still weren't done. We were actually going to hunt our way back in using the method most folks choose. The normal people, yeah, we were going to use his rifle. Friends, the rocking and pitching of that swamp buggy was sort of lulling me into the idea of heading for lunch. I really didn't expect we'd see any other pigs, not in the middle of the day. That's why I was a little flat-footed when Matt pointed. A hog was running out in front of us. It just busted out of the cover and took off running.
Right there in that chunk of palmettos. He went down, boss.
Yeah, he's down. It's a good shot.
Yeah. All right. This is a whole lot different. I tell you what, this first thing I ever tried hunting off the top of a swamp buggy, bow hunting pigs,
Yep.
rifle hunting pigs. This
We
is
got the full variety. We
this
can
is
do whatever.
awesome. Spotting, stalking, sneaking up, shooting them with a bow in their bed like that. The big thing is you got to get them knocked down before they get into the water, because I'm not going out in that water to get a pig. You can do that if you want to. He can do that if you want to. No, she's got more sense than that, but I ain't going out. I seen what's in that water. You got to knock them down quick as you can. That one's right there. Boom, we'll take. He rolled up in here. That round hit him.
Right over there.
Run up there and kiss him. No. He's done. You eat him?
Oh, I eat it.
That's the eater. You're welcome to it. We can't take it home on the plane anyway.
That's
Look
right.
at there. You don't think them pigs will hurt you? I wish
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a piece of paper. Them are just razor sharp.
Yep.
Triple M Outfitters, right?
Triple M Outfitters Unlimited, and this is an all year long hunt on the Gators and the Hogs. Whenever somebody can get free, they can come see us and we can accommodate them.
I want you to be careful saying something like that because you might have to adopt me. This is all
Come on
right.
down.
Thank you, young lady.
No problem.
That was awesome. Bill, what'd you think?
A lot of fun.
It is. It is. We're gonna get these shucked up. Go get us out of the heat. A little bit of cool.
Yep.
Maybe a cool drink.
Go get some
This
AC
good-
and some lunch.
Well, this girl right here was already telling me that I was done hunting because she was hungry. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
that's what she said. And then you know you can't be rude to a woman.
She
so-
also said something about buying, didn't she?
You know, now that you mention it, I heard that she said her pocketbook was full and her stomach was empty. I think that's what she said. Folks, Triple M Outfitters Unlimited, anytime, every time. And you do hunts out west too. I mean, you
Yeah.
do mule deer hunts and elk hunts and deer hunts in Oklahoma and Kansas.
Yeah. We're a one-stop shop. If you want to hunt anything in North America, you can give me a shout and I can make it happen. And I will personally guide you. I don't ship you off with somebody.
Yeah.
I take you.
Well, he even took me, so he obviously will take anybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a great trip, and something brand new, at least for me. You know, friends, the ability to go and travel and try new things, to hunt new critters in different ways, that's part of what makes this country a great place to live if you're an outdoor family. I truly believe that America has something for everyone, at least everyone that's willing to go out and try. And I really want to thank Matt Cates from Triple M Outfitters Unlimited, certainly everybody down there, my buddy Bill, everybody that made this a tremendous hunt. I am really looking forward to going back down there, maybe over spring break next year. Folks, don't be afraid to go out and try something new. If you're like me, you've been at it a while and you're starting to think, hey, I've been there, I've done that, I got the torn up t-shirt to remember it by. Just remember, there is something new, a different way, a different place, great people everywhere in this great country. All you got to do is get out there. And if you do, well, you know we're going to be looking for you because we're going to be out there too. And when I bump into you, you got to believe we're going to stop and share that cup and a fire. And if I don't see you out there, friends, well, then I will see you right back here so we can share another adventure from my wilderness journal.